Nazir joining us. Nazir, of course, it is the BJP that will be making those that very key announcement when it comes to its list of candidates. But when we talk about the Congress side, and it is no sort of consensus that has been reached when it comes to Farooq Abdullah and Rahul Gandhi.
It is alliance trouble for the Congress even before the alliance in Jammu and Kashmir takes off. After last week's meeting between Farooq Abdullah, Omar Abdullah and Rahul Gandhi and Mallikarjun Kharge at Farooq Abdullah's residence in Srinagar, it appeared everything is normal. But when negotiators said there are serious differences over seat-sharing arrangement, and today is the make or break moment for Congress National Conference Alliance. Last-ditch efforts are being made to salvage this alliance. Congress has rushed its troubleshooters, KC Venugopal and Salman Khurshid to Srinagar. They are meeting Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah to iron out difference on the seat sharing formula. According to our sources, NC has offered 5 seats to Congress in Kashmir Valley and around 28 to 30 in Jammu region. But Congress appears to be not willing, to this formula. They are demanding more seats. But sources say NC has made it very clear there cannot be more than 5 seats in Kashmir Valley because they have to see the winnability. Because there are interests of the local leaders and there are the larger perspective Congress has over the India alliance and alliance in Jammu and Kashmir, because this is not just an alliance with seats, it's also a perception. Because in parliament elections, both the parties had got more than 41% votes. So in that sense, they were seeing its momentum is on their side, but there are serious alliance troubles. So the alliance is on, knife edge. It is hanging by a thread. Will KC Venugopal and Salman Khurshid salvage it? Meetings will decide. Sources say Congress is very, very serious to ensure that this alliance takes place, this alliance works, and they can compromise on certain seats as well. But we have to see what this meeting will happen, because sources say NC has made it very clear they will not concede any other seat, because they want to send a message that they would be getting their this majority on their own, though the alliance is for the larger purpose to tell the people that they will not align with the BJP in case there's a hung assembly. This is the first election after 10 years and first election after abrogation of 370. Verdict of people would decide. It's not just who wins and lose, but also which ideology actually wins. Who will people support, which ideology, whether they give thumbs up to abrogation of 370 or they will say, no, it was not wrong. But as National Conference in its election manifesto has clearly said, once the first legislative business of the next assembly will be pass a resolution that they are not accepting the changes or the decisions which have been made on 5th August 2019, which is abrogation of 370 and stripping Jammu and Kashmir of its statehood. They have been saying their effort would be restoration of statehood, dignity, land rights, job rights, and which many of the things, including encouraging talks with Pakistan, opening roads. BJP has termed the NC manifesto as anti-national and asked answers from Congress and Rahul Gandhi, and they say they should explain whether they support this alliance. Congress has said, look, it is the NC manifesto. Once they formed the government with the National Conference, they will have an agenda of governance that will actually guide the coalition government. But right now, the challenge for National Conference and Congress is, will they are able to forge this alliance a week after they announced an alliance? But when it comes to seat sharing, there are serious differences. So senior Congress leaders, troubleshooters are coming, they are reaching Srinagar, holding talks with Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah, and to iron out differences and ensure the alliance happens. We have to wait for some time and see what will happen in the meeting when that meeting starts, when they reach here. It is a crucial meeting for this alliance, which would be a make or break moment for Congress National Conference Alliance, and which will have also a profound impact on elections and campaigning in Jammu and Kashmir.
Right. Thank you so much, Nazir, for getting us all those details. And we also have Vasudha with us. Vasudha, take us through that announcement. When is that announcement expected as far as the first list of candidates is concerned? And then we do know that there will be another meeting that will be held perhaps on the 29th before that second list is announced.
Of course, Divya, but then that meeting is for Haryana. And like Nazir was saying, the criticality of these elections cannot be, emphasized enough, because it's the first set of elections happening in J&K after the abrogation of Article 370, and also the first assembly elections in the last 10 years. So there's many a point that the BJP wants to prove, in terms of furthering its developmental agenda. Also, abrogation of Article 370 has been such a core part of its politics. So clearly there is a lot of point proving that the BJP will have to do. At the same time, it will also have to re-strategize its political approach in J&K, because while it won 25 seats in 2018 elections and then later on formed the government in 2014 elections and formed the government with PDP, it also pulled the rug off. And of course, then the governor's rule came into place, and then the abrogation happened. So clearly the political dynamics of J&K has changed. So yesterday's meeting was very, very critical in that aspect. The Prime Minister himself was there, despite having a very hectic day in Jalgaon and Jodhpur. And I'm told that almost 50 to 60 seats of the 90 seats in the J&K have been discussed. The party wants to contest on around over 60 seats, and it also wants to basically support a lot of independent candidates, especially in the valley, because it does not have candidates of its own. So clearly a lot of re-strategizing that is taking place. Remember, in 2024 Lok Sabha elections, not just Omar Abdullah, Mehbooba Mufti also lost elections. So there are many players there. They may not, these parties, these traditional regional state parties are very important, but at the same time there have been many emerging parties that have also in some ways found the backing of people, and the BJP is trying to identify that. It does not have much of electoral prospects on its own, but it is trying to re-strategize some of it, which is why the first list will be very important. Of course, it's coming just in nick of time, because tomorrow, 27th, is the last day of filing nominations. Today, we can expect the first list anytime soon. 18th September is when J&K will vote for the first time. Then, of course, 25th, and then 1st of October. And first phase will see around 24 seats going to poll. So we are expecting not just the first phase poll candidates, but also of the other phases. But the first list is expected anytime soon. That was the discussion that happened yesterday on re-strategizing, ensuring that feedback is taken, and no major party alliance, and most importantly, backing independent candidates. And also, because of delimitation, several, we will also see many people who got tickets last time, their tickets will be cut this time. So complete re-strategizing is taking place. We saw Ram Madhav being appointed as the party in charge a few days ago. He's somebody who understands this terrain very well. And there have been many, smaller meetings that have taken place in the run-up to this big meeting. So clearly, yesterday was just that final stamp of approval which has happened. And of course, the list, once it comes out in a few hours from now, we'll know what the party's approach is going to be, when it comes to J&K elections.